And I asked you the question earlier, is the lost Tesla art car going to make its way onto the moon?
Yes, absolutely. We will absolutely make sure that this last Tesla is going to the moon.
Hi, my name is Jayan Kari, and we are at Basel 2025, and I represent the Lost Tesla Art Car project. Today we're here with an amazing inventor,
Brusha,
who is a transformational pioneer in it being able to store information and files and in a new way, which he's the inventor of. You are the man to talk to about the
Nanofiche technology.
Yes, and if you could, give me a quick breakdown for everybody here. What is Nanofiche, and how is it going to transform the world?
Absolutely. So Nanofiche technology is a way to engrave analog information, not digital. Analog is a way to store things so that in the future it is very easily accessible. We are now storing information in a digital format. In digital, you have to keep migrating. If you don't maintain it and you don't migrate it to the next technology from floppy to CD
It dies.
to Blu-ray, it will die. And even then, you have to have the actual hardware and the software, the codecs, everything has to go with it. Analog, it will retain that way for the next 10,000 years. We've been doing it for the last 10,000 years, 5,000 years with the hieroglyphics for Egyptian.
Wow.
We can certainly do that for the next 10,000, maybe 100,000 or a billion years like the Voyager golden records.
Wow. So this means that this is true, preservation of information long after we're gone, and there's no traces of us. There's still the nanofiche.
That's
Yes.
right. So exactly, because even if we find remnants of digital hard drives or SD cards 1,000 years from now, it's very unlikely that those formats will last, right? And so if we need to recover our information, we need to do it just like what the Egyptians did.
Yes.
In clay tablets 5,000 years ago. It's still very readable today, and we can uncover the entire Egyptian.
Decode it and understand it, and
it's analog.
And especially with AI, it's even easier. AI thinks for us about what it could mean and how the million interpretations.
Exactly.
And
so here's where AI comes in, because when we look at something, a paragraph or a sentence, and you take out all the vowels, our human mind neurologically can decipher the meaning of that sentence, even though you take out all the vowels, so half of the content can be gone. So AI can do the same. They can look and think like us, and when they see something that's missing, they will fill in the gaps, and then we will be able to recover the information.
Amazing. And so what inspired you really to get into this journey to create? You are a creative. This is Basel. It's all about creatives, and art is not just one form of creativity. Art is very universal.
That's right.
Even creating ideas, bringing ideas to reality is art. So we have that, and what really inspired you to be an artist?
My inspiration when I was young in 7th grade, I was actually voted the best artist in my school. But because I had such a love for technology, I manifested my creativity through technology. So I became an engineer, worked on space missile systems for a Hughes aircraft, went on to do work with Raytheon. Pioneer was when I started doing laser discs, doing research in Japan for laserdisc preservation. And the reason I really like technology, and in that particular field, CDs, I was on a DVD consortium, I was able to bring forth my creativity through technology.
Yeah.
And so now it culminates with the Nanofiche technology for the art people.
So it was a transformational journey where you started with the foundations of knowledge, and then you started to get inspired and curious. Your curiosity drove you to a whole new level where you're beyond what you started with, and you're now an innovator in the field you once were a student of.
Yeah, that's right. And I consider myself an expert in optical and data storage.
Wow.
But because I am an optical storage expert, I realized that it's too difficult to store things in digital and recover. So I re-engineered the technology to store analog information so that we can always recover that in the future.
In real time, yeah. And that makes you, would you consider yourself a student of history?
Absolutely. I love history. I watch a lot of the history channels. My kids became a history fanatic because they watched it with me.
I love history channel. All these shows, the antique shows, all these
there you go.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I like the history of how nations transform civilizations itself,
everything.
Because all these things they transform.
It's our journey. It's all our journey.
It is humanity's journey, right?
And that's what I feel is amazing about what you're doing is you really are, you're making it possible for us to not forget ourselves.
That's right.
And go ahead.
Well, because our civilizations, even technology, is built upon past history. If we were to do DNA analysis without the knowledge of the past 100 years, we couldn't make it, right?
Yeah.
So every time you have to rediscover something, it's too difficult. So we need to build on top of that, and my technology allows that knowledge not to be gone.
Yes. So I think which kind of segues into the story of the lost Tesla art car, which, as you know, is a journey about preserving a story somehow. But this time, it's not us trying to, it's the art itself talking back and saying, hey, don't forget me. I'm still here. I exist. And, as I explained to you, 2010, it was a physical car. And somehow, decade later, it revives on the blockchain by the same digital artist, and almost gets lost again, even on the blockchain, which obviously is for the ultimate form of preserving and making sure things are exactly what it is on the blockchain. So it's how do you think about that, where it's we're at a place where even with technologies like blockchain, human error and the human touch can actually make a not so great impact on preservation.
Well, because history, there is no plan for history. It just happens, right? So there's a little fun fact. When Tesla launched the SpaceX launched the Tesla into towards the sun, there's a copy of the Foundation trilogy, and that's in a crystal, but it's very difficult to access. So I created a coin that it has the entire Foundation trilogy in it.
Wow!
And so that was put into the Teslas, and we're using SpaceX now. And the reason I'm here is because I am taking artists, onto the moon. My next mission goes with Astrobotic. Astrobotic is carrying 64 different pages in each of these circles, having 2,000 images. So 80,000 pieces of images of art are going up to the moon.
Wow.
Back in
1,000. Just the beginning. That means we're barely touching the surface of what the next chapter holds. I mean, massive chapters, entire civilizational knowledge on your discs, on your technology.
I did a calculation on the Lost Library of Alexandria. There were supposed to be 400,000 pages of text and drawings in the Library of Alexandria. I can create that in 200 discs that I can hold in my hand. So the entire civilization's knowledge can literally be held in one person's hands.
Wow! And fun fact: there was a princess thousands of years ago. I believe it was Mesopotamian civilization. She, at her time, built one of the first known museums. So imagine what was ancient to her.
Exactly.
And I think it goes back to that we need to, in order for any of this, your technology, any of this to make sense and fit into the big theme, is that we need to continue to remember and to appreciate history and where we've gone. Yes. People we have to remain curious about where we've gone just as much as where we're going, because that history is it's a piece of all of us. So I definitely think that's the only thing is educating people, keeping people interacting with the past, to tell them it's not boring. It is not.
And history's been told by word of mouth, because throughout history we really didn't have a lot of a written history until the 5,000 years ago. But even then, that was controlled by priests and people who could write.
Yes,
So
they
it's
would
just-
dictate what was
exactly.
passed on.
So this technology is made so that it's lower cost and available, so it's democratized between everybody. So
Knowledge.
we can always, you can tell your story, I can tell my story, and all of our stories can be told individually onto a very durable,
Wow.
permanent format. And that is I think, is a true history of humanity.
And you know, you've already sent your stuff to space. You've
Yes.
already been
This
to
is
the
my sixth integration.
and you've been to the moon with this.
Yes.
It's gone to the moon, and this is gonna go. This new chapter will end up on the moon. And I asked you the question earlier: is the lost Tesla art car going to make its way onto the moon?
Yes, absolutely. We will absolutely make sure that this last Tesla is going to the moon.
I appreciate that. I mean, a transformational journey, physical car, digital, and now somehow on the moon. So journeys never end, and art always travels
That's
forward.
right. You had a question about Kodak.
Yes.
What was that?
My question about Kodak was about, I believe it was about your
Yes.
you know, what you were about to tell me. You met the inventor of Kodak and you worked with Kodak.
Yeah, so my background came, so my last company before I went. So as a researcher at Kodak, I developed a picture CD technology, commercialized it for them, and I transformed the whole technology where they were making these picture CDs at maybe one disc every 20, 30 minutes.
Uh huh.
Now, with my technology that I patented, we could create a disc every 5 seconds.
Wow.
So that was transformative. And with this technology here, we can print a page, 1,000 pages per minute. It's one of the fastest printers in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And we can do that on metal, and it will last forever. On nickel and gold, the information will literally last as long as the metal will last.
Wow. And you know, I don't know, you know, if people know, but Kodak was one of the innovators and pioneers of really capturing images and making it popular for everybody to be having a digital camera.
Exactly.
And
Easy share.
yes, and you know, there is a lot of, and I think the journey is written by risk takers and pioneers and people who are curious. You know, even for that art. You know, they were struggling in 2010. Fast forward, you know, and then Gartel needed to believe that digital art had a place in this world, that it was a form of art 50 years ago, and he brought it. So all these convergence of stories, and then fast forward 22,
Right.
I had to believe that blockchain was a means of preserving art.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like a journey of new.
And we need to combine both the physical and the blockchain and the digital as well, because it's a good marriage, right? If you're going to have something in the blockchain space itself, people want to have some confidence that it is tied into something, could be tied into something physical.
Yes.
And then that is immutable. You cannot change.
Yes.
And the blockchain is immutable, and so is this technology. And this technology, most people have seen this because it's on every single Microsoft disk. It's been protecting them from a copy protection standpoint for the last 17 years.
Wow.
It will continue to do that for the next, whatever's foreseeable
Forever,
future.
yes.
It can protect that from a security standpoint, and the media itself will last for tens of thousands of years.
So I genuinely believe that it's all about new. And what is your thoughts on Basel? You know, everything here. What
It is amazing. So you guys gotta go. Basel shows they've taken over the Sagamore Hotel, historic. I've met so many interesting people here, the artists, the technical. It's a really
Convergence.
confluence of a lot of technology and art.
Yes.
That is a beautiful thing.
and then how art is so universal. And I mean, you see all these themes. You have space art. You have like
Yeah.
people doing like arts, like traditional. It's just like whatever it is. I tell everybody, and you know, is what is art to me is art is just history with a face. You know.
Right.
And so it's
That's right.
it's been a pleasure to be here, pleasure to meet you,
Pleasure.
and this is of course your fine. You can't see it on camera, but if you put this under a microscope, there's a treasure trove of knowledge in here.
Yes.
And,
2,000 pages of text.
Yes, and I have something special here. This is the fractional ownership of the Lost Tesla art cars and art. So for the digital art, this is a
Wow.
piece piece of that, which we're giving away to 1,000 people. You'll be one of the first to receive it.
That is
We'll
excellent.
follow up on that, and we really appreciate that you're sending our stuff to the moon. I was telling people for a long time we're going to get there, and we're
Yes.
here now, so it's a
And
pleasure.
so right now with the CLIPS program, with the commercial payloads, things are getting better
Yeah.
because now it's $1 million per kilogram to send
Wow.
stuff into the moon.
Wow.
So it's very expensive. By doing this, we could reduce the weight
Reduce the weight.
and really make it affordable for everyone to do so.
And
I'll
so
now take this.
you heard it here first. We're going to hope that we were able to share some cool stories here today at Basel. Sorry. Yes. Thank
Thank
you.
you.